Hey guys, this is youss17lgx here, bringing you a UU battle for you today. Looking at his team, uh, it looks pretty standard UU, as you could say that. It's got a Victini, which I'm probably thinking is scarfed. The Crobat, sort of leaning towards one of those stall breakers with the taunt and Brave Bird and U-turn and all that. The Hitmontop looks like to be a defensive Hitmontop, so that's going to be a bit of a pain. Empoleon could be either way, a phaser or like an offensive Empoleon. I'm thinking he's probably defensive, and I'm thinking the Mew's more offensive, but I'm not 100% sure. And the Raikou might be specs, but I'm probably thinking he's not. He's going to be maybe Life Orb or Leftovers, looking at his team there. So getting onto the battle, I lead off with my Hariyama, because no matter what really he led with, Hariyama is probably the best check. So, and he does leave his Victini, and I just go straight for the fake out, thinking it would do quite a bit more than that actually, but it does a bit of disappointing amount, but still was a bit of damage on this Victini. And I didn't want to take any risks here, just in case he just wanted to go for the V create. So I just go straight out to my Dusclops, not wanting to get smashed by that. And he does go for the U-turn, which was sort of a bit obvious, but as I said, didn't want to really take any risks. And he switches into his Polion here, and he sets up his Stealth Rocks, and I just want to get this thing burnt, because even if this thing, it was an offensive variant, burning an Empoleon's always good. So right now, I just want to see what his other moves could be. So I just go straight for the Nightshade, knowing I'll probably take one of its moves. And he does go for the Roar, and roars me out into my Demanitan, which is a bit bad, because the Stealth Rocks damage is going to hurt. So I was probably just going to save this guy for a later time. But yeah, so he probably didn't want to stay in here, and I predicted that. Wasn't really a good, hard prediction. I just go straight for the U-turn, and that Intimidate is going to bring down my power a lot, and that does nothing. A really disappointing amount. So I just go straight back out to my Dusclops, knowing that this Hitmontop probably can do nothing to my Dusclops. And I was going to trying to burn this thing, but he probably thinks that I'm going to go for Will-O-Wisps and goes back into his Empoleon to take it, and which was good for him. Leaves me in a bit awkward position here, but I just go straight going for the Nightshade, because I really want to wear this thing down. Don't really want this thing doing much to me, and he does go for Scald and gets a burn, which is okay, because Scald has got a 30% chance to burn, so it's alright for me. And the burn and the Nightshade damage is wearing him down a lot, so this is good for me. Now I can take out this thing, and because my team is pretty weak to Stealth Rock, so if he kept roaring my guys out, that would be pretty bad. So that was going to be annoying if he did that, but I took him out, which is okay. And he goes into his Crobat here, and I'm thinking maybe Pain Split, but he just goes straight for the Brave Bird instead of the Taunt or anything. And I don't see any leftovers or anything, so I'm not 100% sure what type of Crobat this is. And I go into my Demanitan here just to Flare Blitz whatever comes in, because Flare Blitz is going to do a lot to anything. And it does quite a bit to this Hitmontop even after the Intimidate drop. It just misses taking him down under half, and after leftovers puts him a tiny bit more than halfway. And being too low to switch out, because Stealth Rocks will probably wear me down too much, I decide to take this Hitmontop as low as possible to make it an easier job for my next guy to take him out, because this thing is pretty annoying. So yeah, I die from the close combat, and I switch into my Hariyama, and knowing after the defense drop, I'm pretty sure that Fake Out can take this guy out, and as you see, it does quite easily, I think. And after I get Toxic Orb damage, he goes into his Mew and goes straight for the U-turn. So I was a bit confused here why he went for the U-turn. I'm not sure what he wanted me to do, but he goes into his Victini, and I just go straight for the Payback, because even if he did stay in, Payback would have done quite a bit to Mew. He was probably thinking that I'll switch out, fearing the Psychic type move. but I just decided to stay in just to see what type of Mew that was, and it works out for me anyway. Get to take out the Victini. That crit didn't really matter, and don't really want to take a flying type move, obviously in the form of Brave Bird, and I switch out into my Registeel to take this hit quite well. Because this thing is specially defensive, not defensive, so that Brave Bird does quite a bit on this Registeel. So yeah, I just want to go straight for my Stealth Rocks here because I haven't got it up for it's like late game Stealth Rocks. So he goes into his Mew, and I'm still not sure what type Mew this is, and he goes for the Transform. Like, oh damn, Transform. That's really annoying. Because now he's Steel type and like resist heaps of stuff. But that's okay with me because I know I know my own move pool obviously. So I go into my Hariyama here, knowing he's probably going to T wave, or do like Iron Head or Seismic Toss, and that doesn't really matter because won't really do much to this Hariyama. And I fake out it just in case he decided to switch out, fearing the close combat, but he doesn't and just wants to stay in and go for the Seismic Tosses. And that takes me down to 98 and leaves me easily to KO this Mew here, which is pretty good for me because this thing would be annoying transforming on all my guys, especially if he transformed to one of my more offensive guys, and he could probably take out my own team with my team. And right now he goes into his Raikou, and I go for the Bullet Punch here, hoping that he wouldn't sub, because if he subbed, that would be pretty annoying. If he was a sub variant, I'm not 100% sure yet, and hoping he isn't. He doesn't go for the sub, which is good for me, and I die from a hidden power, so that's okay. And I see he's a leftover variant, so I'm pretty certain he's got the substitute here. So I send up my Honchkrow, baiting him to go for the Thunderbolt, but he decides to not go for the Thunderbolt, probably knowing I got the Sucker Punch, and goes into a sub. So this is a bit annoying for me because now I'm forced to break the sub. But I go for Sucker Punch again, thinking go for T-Bolt, but he doesn't, and he goes for a Calm Mind. So I'm pretty sure now he's got T-Bolt, Hidden Power, and Sub and Calm Mind. So I'm pretty much know his whole new set. Knowing that he'll probably go for another Calm Mind, thinking I'll try to Sucker Punch again, take this time to set up my own substitute, which is good for me because now he's either forced to break mine or just keep Calm Minding till I break his sub. And that's what he does, just Calm Minds, and again, and then I just go for the Brave Bird, not wanting this thing to be behind a sub, because this thing's going to be really annoying I think he's +3 now. So this thing's probably going to be really powerful, so I really need to break it sub. And right now, I sort of got the gist of what he was trying to do. He was trying to Life Orb / Recoil stall me, but I keep on going for the substitute. So I sort of knew that was coming and just kept breaking his sub with the Brave Bird, not going to risk going for Sucker Punch yet. And now I'm on solo HP. I'm knowing he's going to go for another substitute, but I don't really want to die right now, so I just go straight for the Roost. I'm not sure if he expected that, but it's good for me because now I'm back up to about 120, I think it was. Yeah, 120 HP, and we're both behind a sub. I'm slightly more, which is good for me, and he decides right now to go for T-Bolt, which is okay because I just go for the Brave Bird and break his sub as well. But now this leaves me into a really bad position because if I go for the Sucker Punch and he goes for the substitute, that's going to leave me dead, basically. He's going to sweep my whole team. But if I go for the Brave Bird and he goes for the T-Bolt, I'm dead. So I decide I don't know what to choose. I'm like really like panicking here. And I decide to go for Sucker Punch. And yes, he does attack me, which is really good because now I can take out this guy. He was about +4, I think he was. And I get the Moxie boost, which is good for me. And now he sends out his Crobat, and I was thinking he might want to go for the Taunt so I couldn't Roost or anything. So I decided to just go straight for the Brave Bird. And yeah, the Brave Bird takes me out, sorry, and I never get to set up my own Brave Bird. So right now I send in my Zorok disguised as his Registeel, and the Sucker Punch is just off from killing, and I was like, oh damn. But it's okay because this Crobat's his last guy and the recoil is going to take him out. Anyway, so good game. This guy does have a YouTube account, so be sure to go check out his channel. If you like this battle, leave a like or a comment, and that's all I really got to say. So I hope all you guys enjoyed. Stick around for the next battle. Will be up in a few more days. Rate, comment, sub. Enjoyed, and later, guys.